Tina, Dr. Palermo, and I hope that I'm going to be able to walk you through the steps of the Laerd statistical test selector that I used to come up with your chi-square test for the data analysis. I've given you my login and password. If you can get here to Laerd Statistics and log in, then try to duplicate these steps, please, and see if you agree with my my idea about this chi-square thing. If not, then we need to talk about it some more, or you tell me what which test you're using. But anyway. Step one, the statistical test selectors is what I use. So at this stage, well, you're definitely doing an association. We're looking for an association between elementary teachers' perceptions of coaching and their experience and their level. So I think you're going to run the same test twice, but you're looking for an association between perceptions and experience and perceptions and level of education. And if you think about it as two different tests, each time you have two variables, perception and experience, or perception and level of education. So I'm going with two variables. So you're repeating that same test process with, so two variables. Did I say that? Now, what kind of variables are they? You have been talking about the Likert scale as a continuous variable, but according to this and to what I've read here, they're both ordinal variables. Now it's an interval ordinal, but follow my logic here, and there's descriptions of the variables down here, and here's where again this maybe explain something that helps about the ordinal variables, but I'm calling them both ordinal variables here. So we'll continue with the test selector. So now, are there independent or dependent variables? And again, you're calling the perceptions the dependent variable, but for the purpose, again, this is not a real experimental design. This is more of an observational study. It's quasi-experimental. It's not truly an experimental design. So I'm going to go with this idea that observational, not distinguishing between independent and dependent variables. So that's what I chose here, and that's why. So if you want to distinguish, no, is what I said here. And again, if we disagree, then that's fine. Make an argument and tell me why. Are they intervally scaled? Yeah, your levels of experience are 0 to 5, 5 to 10, so that's intervally scaled. And I think the experience is as well. So I said they're intervally scaled ordinal variables. Wow, okay. And this is where it says Mantel-Haenszel test of trend. That's a chi-square test. It's a specific kind of chi-square test. But so if you go to the guide, and again, linear by linear association test, and that's where you come up with categories, and there's two-way tables that will show the difference between your expected observation and what you actually got. So that's what you're going to run through the statistical test, are the numbers of responses, what you would expect, and what you actually got. It's a linear association chi-square test. And I said not Pearson's correlation, but here's Pearson. So I may be wrong about that part, but you can run this through SPSS. The data that you have will generate those tables in this chi-square test. And I believe if you check the edits that I've made and walk through this process, I think we're on the right track if you use this chi-square test in SPSS. Hope that doesn't confuse things further, Tina. Take a look at it. You try walking through this. You read here and print out what you need. And I hope this will put the methodology and the data analysis to bed and get you ready for your proposal defense. Thanks.